Welcome to Into the Mind of a Madman. You're now here with me, the Madman. And today, I'm here to speak about the sexual allegations with the one and only Sean P. Diddy Combs, Mr. Brotherly Love himself. Before I get into the actual lawsuit that I wanted to address, I want to first establish I do believe that if not some, maybe all of the lawsuit that Cassie put on him resonated with him. I'm not saying it's true. We all going to keep it allegedly on whatever was in that lawsuit, right? But I do want to say the reason he settled to me is because some or all resonated with him that he felt I should settle with her. When you're in a relationship, when you start exploring the sexual nature of this relationship, people can want to be a part of it. They can enjoy being a part of it. There can also become a time where if one party feels they do not enjoy it anymore, they do not want to participate for the day, or they don't like direction of where the sexual relationship is going, they can feel forced. And not forced as in a forced rape, but forced as in I feel obligated. Obligated for what this person is providing me, whether it be financial, whether it be a lifestyle of like love and gifts, not just monetary, but like access, especially like when you're P. Diddy level, you may have access to certain things. So I do understand, even in regular relationships, where like let's say a man takes care of the household. If the man comes home and the woman says, "Well, I don't feel like doing it tonight. My head hurts," or "I'm just not into it right now. I'm not feeling like my best self." If that man says, "Well, I didn't say that when the bills was paid. I didn't say that when you wanted to go out for drinks with your girls. I didn't say that when you wanted a bag or some money to go shopping." At that point, you're forcing, you're coercing her to perform an act that, not that she's not with it with you, she just may not be in it for that moment. And then within that moment, it can change the dynamics of the relationship. Because now we're not doing things on our own accord. We're doing things because now I feel like I'm obligated to. And I believe some of that happened between Diddy and Cassie. I believe it may have started off with a threesome here, threesome there, uh, some freak offs here and there. She may have been with it. She may have been with it once a month. She may have been it once a year, once every 6 months. But once you get intertwined with a person, and now they require this 3 times a week, 3 times a month, 3 times a year, whatever it is, it's no longer, oh, we just do this when we having fun. Now it's required of you. And once it's required of you, and like I said, now you saying, well, I'm cool. Like I'm cool with doing it. I don't feel forced in doing it, but I just feel forced in doing it right now. I don't want to do it right now. And now it, like I said, it becomes, well, I didn't say that when you wanted this. I didn't say that when you wanted that. And now it might become a time where that doesn't phase you no more, right? That doesn't phase the woman or man anymore to say, you know what? I just take it all. Look, I don't want none of it. I just want to leave. Yo, you ain't got to do nothing for me, right? Now it may escalate into hitting and things of that nature where that wasn't a lawsuit, right? Where she had to she was hit, or he's damaging hotels because of his temper and things not him not getting in his way and all of that. And she had to stay in the hotel and to heal because he didn't want his kids to see her like that and all that and all of these things. So I want to start off, like I said, I'm starting off by saying, to me, I believe it resonated with him enough that whatever was true or could have potentially came out to be true, like whatever she felt like, all right, she's not playing. Now, I wanted to set the stage because I do believe there's a lot of predatory behavior out there. But I also believe there are many people who take advantage of these situations and want to start to include themselves in these lawsuits because they see it as a money grab. And one particular thing with Sean P. Diddy Combs, one lawsuit I did want to speak about and why I'm here today is the lawsuit with the 17-year-old girl. I'm on I'm putting on record that I don't believe it happened as she said it happened. I'm putting it on record and I wanted to come out on this one because I felt like listening to a lot of podcasts. Nobody, well, now I'm not going to say listen to a lot of podcasts. Listen to the podcasts I listen to. Listen to the ones that I listen to. Once the 17 was presented, I felt like they didn't want to touch it. And they might have cause to not touch it because you say, well, a lot of things gonna come out. It's a lawsuit. Let's just wait to see what happens. And he already paid up, and maybe some things may be true, whatever, whatever, whatever. We know how this industry, entertainment situation goes with some of these people, Epstein Island and all that, right? You hear 17 and don't want to speak on it. I want to speak on it. I believe, to me, this to be a situation where she was with everything going on. 98% of the things I believe she was with. I believe she even went back home and was happy. I had a blast of a night. And now 25 years later or whatever it is, she sees a play that she can make some money. That's what I believe. And I'm gonna take you through the steps. I I haven't read the lawsuit myself. I watched people read the lawsuit and I took it in, and it just didn't seem right to me. Let's get to 17. 17 is underage or legal age in whatever state there is, right? I don't know what the legal age in Detroit is. I believe the legal age in New York is 17, but I'm not going to hold that to the fact. I'm going to say for this particular uh, conversation, I'm going to say she was 17. I'm going to say it was illegal at 17. I'm not going by the law. This is not a law based conversation. I am not a lawyer. I'm going by a man's point of view, a regular person's point of view, a man's point of view. I'm in the club, I'm in a lounge. I'm with my friends from New York. I'm in Detroit. You are a woman in the club, in the lounge in Detroit. I do not believe that these men from New York, Harvey Pierre, per se, and his friends, I do not believe they went to Detroit and did whatever business they had to do out there, right? And then said, let's go to a teen lounge. That's not of my belief. Like I said, there's Epstein's Islands and all of that, which is very secretive. I do not believe. I'm not saying there isn't a club or lounge in Detroit where grown men go to sexually take advantage of underage women or girls, if you want to say, right? I hope there's no club like that open publicly. But like the lawsuit states, she met Mr. Harvey Pierre in a lounge. I do not believe they went to a teen lounge. What I'm more likely to believe is the girl and her friends either had fake IDs or whatever they had to do. Maybe they knew the bouncer. Maybe they knew somebody who worked in the club, a bartender or whoever, got them in the club illegally. I'm standing on that. Moving forward, when you meet somebody, you're in an adult club, you're in an adult lounge, you meet them. I don't know many people IDing like a patron IDing a patron. That's the bouncer's job. It's the bouncer's job to spot the fake IDs. But say, hey, maybe they're good IDs, maybe they whatever, right? Like I said, they're in the club. This is not the law. I am not faulting Mr. Harvey Pierre and his homies for not IDing somebody in the club. They're drinking. I see a girl drinking, or maybe she's not drinking. I don't know. She's in this adult club, this adult lounge. I'm pretty sure she, hopefully in their eyes, they didn't see a little girl and said, I want to pursue a little girl. That's strike one to me on her behalf. Strike one. You are in an adult club, underaged. You with men drinking or whatever, doing drugs. We gonna get to that. I'm the person, anybody knows me, I'm the person believe you can't you can hold them accountable, but you can't put too much stock into people acting under the sober accord when they have clearly been intoxicated. That's me. If you know me, you know me. That's why I don't go to clubs. That's why I don't go to lounges. I don't believe in putting the full accountability on anybody, man or woman, that has been under the influence I don't believe in putting sober accountability on them. That's me. That's why I don't go to the clubs. Let's move on. You proceed to follow this man into the restroom. In the lawsuit, you did not state that this man forced you into the restroom by any means. You proceed to say you seen him snort coke or do whatever, right? That he forced himself, he forced you on himself to perform fellatio or sexual act. You do not say he offered you any drugs before this. You said he did drugs and then he forced you to give him oral sex. That act happens. You walk out the bathroom. You don't make a beeline to a bouncer, your friends, or whatever, whoever, however the case may be. You get on the phone with Diddy somehow, whatever. Whether that before, I don't leave my timeline messed up. But I do know what happens next. As somebody who, I'm going to say, let's say you've been drinking, right? Another thing, why they may assume you're older than 17, right? But let's say you were drinking. You may not have been in your all the way right mind. But you were aware enough to know you seen this person do drugs. He forced you on you. They then invite you back to New York. You go from the lounge in a car, in a truck, in a limousine, whatever there was, whatever vehicle there was, to the airport, onto a plane, a private jet. You remember this. You are aware of this. Still no mention of drugs. Maybe you've been drinking. I'm not saying I'm holding you accountable as a sober person, but I am saying you're aware and you can remember. You have recollection of this. This man, you did not say he forced you into the car. You did not say he forced you on a plane. This man just forced you to give him oral sex. There's no forcing you into the car. There's no forcing you on the plane. There's no mention of you forced to do drugs. If you were drinking, you were still aware and you can remember, you can recollect this happening. So I'm saying that because I'm not saying you were so drunk you were out of it, because that happens. We'll get to that. That's strike two. You get on the plane to New York after this man forced you to perform a sexual act. You then, either on the plane or after you get off the plane, I believe it was after you get off the plane, they offer you drugs. I'm guessing you proceed to take them. Whether you get to the studio or they offer you drugs, you proceed to take them. At some point, you proceed to take some drugs. Because later on, your memory is sketchy, right? But you take the drugs. Strike three. Why would you then take drugs? Even if you were drinking, like I said, I'm not holding you to the sober standard of awareness and comprehension, but I am saying you are aware and you can remember, you have recollection at this point. Why would you then take drugs to further inebriate yourself after this man forced you in the bathroom back in Detroit to have oral sex with him? This is strike three. We see the pictures. You up in Diddy's studio, pictures, smiling, everything. You happy to meet Diddy, whatever happens, right? Now, Diddy, I think you said Diddy has sex with you. At this point, you're drinking, you're on drugs, you have in or out recollection of this. You are. This is the 2% to 5% that I do agree that you may have not wanted to happen. I believe you wanted to sleep with Diddy. I believe you gave him permission to whatever y'all do. I do believe once that was done, Mr. Pierre came behind him and slept with you. I don't think you expected that. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. I don't believe you expected that. But it happened. That's still not acceptable by Mr. Pierre. He got to hold that. And even if you were happy with the Diddy, getting to see Diddy, getting to sleep with Diddy, all that, I do not believe you were happy with the Pierre coming after that. I don't believe that. I, even if you were at this point, even if you was like, yo, I'm with it, I'm a party girl, come one, come all, I'm gonna say you didn't want that. You already reached the top. It was Diddy. Like, you already reached Diddy. Why would I then go back to sleep with the assistant dude? Right? That's me. Hey, I'm gonna give you that. They send you back home. You're drunk. You, like I said, you're in and out of regulation. All you know, you got back home somehow. I guess you took a flight. You end up waking up the next day, whatever. I'm of the belief that you, like I said, you were with 98% of this whole situation. I'm of that belief that you woke up. I don't believe you woke up with morning regret. I believe you woke up and was happy and may have talked to your friends and say, yo, let me tell you about this night. You wouldn't believe I didn't take a private jet to New York and all of that. That's what I believe happened. I believe 20 years later, 25 years later, knowing you were 17, knowing you can hold this over their head, that you were 17, truly 17 at the time, you could get a money grab. This is what I believe. I'm going to say, I'm not with it. You can accuse a man of a lot of things. And like I said, this is coming from a man's perspective. You can accuse a man of a lot of things, but taking advantage of you when there's a check involved, or there's no check and it's just the morning after. I don't believe that I don't believe that's cool. Is no way on this earth I believe that's cool. It's too many men. I'm not. I'm like I said. I'm not saying you're in the right mind. At whether you met a girl at a party and you were drinking, they were drinking, whatever, or nobody was drinking or whatever, and y'all had sex. I don't. I'm not. It's too many men falling victim to the morning regret. Sean may be a predator in a lot of ways. He may be whatever he is. That one that don't belong, don't belong. I'm not here to harp on the one that don't belong over the many that do belong. I just want to make it clear that the ones that don't belong do put a damper on the ones that do belong. And we have to stop this. We have to stop it. I don't believe that to be true for all the reasons I just broke down. I gave her 3 strikes. That's what that was. Not moving on from that, but moving lateral from that. I also do not believe the Jamie Foxx story for the same, not the same reason, but like I said, Jamie might be whoever he is, but we can't add these people who just want to look for a money grab. As a man, it is I could be a lot of things. I could have hurt a lot of people. But the ones I never hurt and it was cool until you wanted to wake up and say I did something to you, I'm not with it. That's just as a man. And the only reason I don't believe the Jamie Foxx thing, because I wanted to speak on that, is not that I don't believe Jamie Foxx could have been a creep. It's not that I like Jamie Foxx forever. It's the fact that the person who's alleging this, the story is they started out as a fan who wanted a picture. Jamie Foxx was in a eatery, a restaurant, and I guess he was in his section. She was by the table next to his section. She was at the table next to his section. Section cleared out. He spots them at the table. They call him over or whatever. He's leaving or whatever happened. He says, "Let's take a picture." Next thing you know, he takes the picture. Now he's moving upstairs with her or in the bathroom or whatever. They go somewhere, and now his hand is in her pants. How does a fan who simply wants to take a picture goes to being anywhere in private with this man to where he can then put his hands down your pants? There's no mention of he comes over to the table, we kicking it for a little bit, even like 2 minutes, and now he's saying, "Yo, let's roll with me. We can go chill, whatever." It's from a picture to, "Yo, let's go over here," and now I'm just maybe the maybe the information I have is incomplete, but everything I heard, that's the story. That's why I didn't believe it. Simply and plain. Now, if she's saying, "Yo, I was one of the girls in the section and we was kicking it all night, so we decided to go move upstairs and then he just made a move on me," that's different. But to hear, "I simply wanted the picture, he comes take the picture, now I'm leaving upstairs in the bathroom with the man and we going over here and then my friend came back. By the time they came back, he took his hands out my pants." The police didn't believe it. I don't believe it. It's not enough evidence. The story don't add up to me. I'm just putting these on the table as like I said, these men could be a lot of things. These men could be the biggest creeps in the world. But as a man, it resonates with me more when there are women who blatantly are lying to get a payday. And I'm like I said, I'm not saying lying as in some things didn't happen. I'm not saying you are making up total stories. What I'm saying is there's some fabrication in there to where your story doesn't seem plausible, or it doesn't seem not plausible. What that's not the right word. I want to say it doesn't flow. It doesn't flow well, and that's usually for me. That's consistent with lies in the story. Like you're just. It's like you're. It's like you want to blackmail somebody to hopefully get something. You know what I mean? Like I said, it goes back to the beginning of this. If there's 1 ounce of remorse, if there's 1 ounce of resonating with a person, you probably could get them. You probably can get something on them. But when there's zero, and you like, hold on, that didn't happen. That definitely didn't happen like that. That didn't happen. You that blackmail don't work. Jamie Foxx took it to the police. They cleared them. Jamie Foxx said, "I'm gonna fight this. This happened. She already pulled this. It's already happened." With Cassie, some of that resonated. Whether he knew that she knew some more stuff that would come out and she wasn't playing, this whole thing could have been a lie with Cassie, right? But he knows enough that, oh, now she's willing to say it to the public because, they say, yo, this been going on behind the scenes and he didn't accept. She told him she would do this. Even if everything in that lawsuit was fake, he knew that she knew enough that, oh, she's really going to take this to the public. Let me go pay this now. There was something that resonated with P. Diddy that he knew, let me go pay this girl. But there's nothing resonating with Jamie Foxx. There's nothing resonating with that 17-year-old girl. As you know, once that 17-year-old lawsuit came out, that's when he put them posts up on his Instagram saying enough is enough. I'm not going to accept all of these lies. That was the lawsuit that came that he put that post up. Go check the timeline. I'm just here to say these men can be creeps, whoever it is. There's a whole Epstein Island. There's lists coming out and all of this. It's real. But and those people take precedent over these people. But like I said, I'm here because a lot of people didn't spoke on them people. A lot of people spoke on the Cassie. A lot of people spoke on the other lawsuits, or they're not speaking because they want to wait till more evidence come out or actual court cases in court proceedings get going, so more information can come out before they make a judgment. But I'm putting it on the table. I do not believe those two stories, and I'm like I said, I'm speaking to those because the 17-year-old Diddy one, I didn't hear the podcast I like to listen to speak on them in this way. They just said, all right, this is one that 17, all right, yo, all right, we'll see what happens with that. No, I'm here to say I don't believe it. This is the mind of a madman. Thank you for rocking with me.